Lila Rose and her anti-abortion organization known as Live Action did a sting operation, they call it a sting operation, where they had pregnant actors go into numerous Planned Parenthoods and pretend as if they're trying to have an abortion based on the sex of the fetus, okay? They're trying to show that there's a widespread sex selection abortion going on in Planned Parenthood, and it's a real problem that we need to focus on. Well, of course, Bill O'Reilly had Lila Rose on his program to talk about this real issue that we're having in America. Let's watch.
You may know about the pro-life group Live Action. It sets up stings across the country involving abortion-related matters. Now, last month, Live Action entered a Planned Parenthood clinic in Austin, Texas, and spoke to a counselor there about possibly aborting a fetus if it turned out to be a girl.
I see that you say that you want to terminate if it's a girl, so you just wanted to continue the pregnancy in the meantime, or what?
Yeah, I think that would be the plan.
I've had 2 abortions and I have 4 kids.
Okay, so all right.
So I mean, again,
yeah.
From experience,
yeah.
Okay. There's nothing wrong with being pregnant immediately.
Okay.
Right
All right. So then I'd want to schedule, try to schedule an ultrasound with an OB around then, and then I would still be able to come back here for a termination if it was a girl.
Well, good luck.
Thank you.
And I hope that you do get your boy.
All right, so my question is, are we now China in this country? If Planned Parenthood is advising women to abort because of gender choice, then we are China. And you should remember that the next time a politician or famous person endorses Planned Parenthood.
No, we're not China. This video pisses me off so much. Like, I can't contain myself. I'll let you speak in a second. But it's so ridiculous because he doesn't question anything. I'm disgusted by the fact that they started that video needlessly with that Planned Parenthood employee saying that she had 2 abortions. Why is that anyone's business? Why was that included in your freaking news story? That's not relevant at all to the point that you're trying to make. It's to make her look like a horrible person because she had abortion. So that's my first issue with it. Another issue is, no, we're not China. In fact, the birth of boys in comparison to girls has actually increased in the country. Okay, so no, we're not having a problem with that. Stop turning it into an issue when it's not an issue. There are real consequences to this kind of fear-mongering, and we'll get to that story later.
Can I go now, Kanye?
Okay, go ahead.
All right. No, seriously, he said she was advising her on abortions about, No. The woman came in saying, I want to do an abortion based on the gender, right? And the woman was trying to empathize with her, the employee there, and said, I had a couple of abortions. Now, as we said yesterday, Darun Ravi got 30 days in jail, and people thought he should have gotten more for revealing the private moments of his roommate who happened to be gay and was having sex. I think revealing that someone had abortions when they told you that in a private setting is in some ways worse, okay? And yet there are no consequences for that. Fox News loves that. Second of all, this issue, as Anna pointed out, is entirely invented. There are no facts to back it up, hence that's why it's on Fox News. It's like voter fraud. We did a story where we showed you the numbers, and there's literally more shark attacks in Florida over the last 4 years than there is cases of voter fraud. So Fox makes these up to scare their audience and to get them all worked up, and then Bill O'Reilly will come on and call somebody like Dr. Tiller a baby killer until someone shoots him.
Let me give you guys the exact numbers so you can, I know you already know that this isn't a real problem in the country, but the numbers speak for themselves. The number of baby boys born per 1,000 baby girls has actually decreased slightly, but steadily over the last 30 years. In 1983, there were 1,052 boys born per every 1,000 girls in the US. In 2009, it was 1,048 boys born for every 1,000 girls. This is not an issue.
Yeah. And the other thing that Fox News does and the right wing does is they bring in hidden cameras. Now, the hidden camera doesn't have to show anything. In 9 out of 10 cases, it doesn't. And remember, they're only showing you the best stuff they got. They try this over and over and over again. They never get anybody who's an executive on. They didn't go to the head of the Planned Parenthood. No, they found one employee in one state who actually, I don't think, said anything wrong, by the way, and was fired from Planned Parenthood within 3 days. Okay, wow, you're so courageous you got her. But actually, when you watch the video, it's not that damaging at all, but it's a hidden camera. This like, they could take pictures of anything. They're like, we took a hidden camera into the Young Turks and found out they were doing a talk show. Yeah, I know, that's what we do, right? But of course, their audience is like the knuckleheads. Remember, if you watch Fox News, according to a recent study by Fairleigh Dickinson University, you are less informed than if you got no news at all.
Right.
Okay, you're negatively informed. So those knuckleheads watch that and go, oh my God, it's a hidden camera. It's a hidden camera. Oh my God, they got him. They got him. I saw it on a hidden camera.
O'Reilly finally speaks to Lila Rose, the conservative hero who really busted these Planned Parenthood employees.
The gender is known after about 22 weeks, correct?
Right. Most gender detection technologies are 20 weeks. That's the most used. So she's asking the Planned Parenthood worker, what do we do to detect the gender? And the Planned Parenthood worker is saying, you're in the late first trimester, so wait to confirm that it's a little girl. Go lie to the OBGYN, use Medicaid, Texas, use the Medicaid program to get an ultrasound, and then come back here and schedule a late term abortion
Sure.
if it's a little girl.
Right.
I mean, a horrific disregard for human life here.
She's just totally making things up.
Yeah,
That
wait,
didn't
I
happen
watched
at
that
all in the
video twice. I didn't get that at all. And a late term abortion is normally in the third trimester. They didn't talk about the third trimester at all. But like they put a hidden camera and then they get this woman on, and it's just okay. She's a woman, right? So she's credible on this issue. And she says, oh, let me tell you, what you just saw wasn't really what you saw. Instead, it was this. Oh my God, outrage, late term abortion, defund Planned Parenthood right away.